Hi there, welcome to the YouTube channel. You gotta love when you hit the random button and you get a card you really do enjoy playing in real life as well. Today's deck tech, Yidris, Maelstrom, Wielder. Blue, black, red and green for a 5/4 legendary ogre wizard. Has trample, and it has whenever Yidris deals combat damage to a player, as you cast spells from your hand this turn, they gain cascade. Oh, this deck, I think, if I remember correctly, was the second pre-con I ever built or bought and then played around with. Obviously, Dragon was first. I covered Dragon about a year ago, so go and find that on the channel if you want to. But Yidris has always had a place in my heart, as well as they're the only two sort of like pre-con decks I've still got built that I really haven't fiddled with. The Dragon is how it came. Yidris has had a couple of land changes, which, well, is basically the mana base you're going to see in a minute. But I have updated it slightly, and this is what today's deck tech really does look like. So, starting with the mana base, every single land apart from a few, well, 4 lands that don't produce any sort of coloured mana, and I'm counting the sack lands here as things that produce coloured mana, because technically they do. They're all here. So the lands that don't, Field of the Dead, because we're playing so many off-colour lands that we're going to hit these, so we're going to get some zombies to block with. Going from there, obviously Reliquary Tower doesn't produce any coloured mana whatsoever. Wherever it is, there it is, there you go. Reliquary Tower is here, that's necessary. Temple of the False God is also here. But the main one that we want to make sure, because we want to make sure we get the damage through. So, yeah, easy way to do it is Rogue's Passage, target Yidris, and go for it in that way. So they're the only lands that don't produce coloured mana. I'm hoping we don't get hit by something like Blood Moon or an equivalent, but we are playing one of each basic just to make sure that we have something there in case that does happen. Mana ramp for the artifact side of things, it is a green deck, I realise that, but we've got to play some artifacts. We want Yidris in and attacking as soon as possible. So Mox Tantalite, Soul Talisman to help us recast it when he's died, same reason Soul Ring's here. Arcane Signet, and then the medallions of each colour to help us cast some of the other spells as things come along. Chromatic Lantern and Coalition Relic, just to make sure we can get there as quickly as possible. Now, it may seem like a weird selection, but I have still tried to stay true to make sure I have spells that do other rampage in here. So, go back to the 0 drops for a moment. We are playing Wheel of Fate, because no matter what you cast, this means you've got something you can cascade into at any stage. Birds of Paradise and Ignoble Hierarch provide a little bit of creature ramp for us to keep us going as things happen. Elixir of Immortality gives us the ability to shuffle everything back into our live if it goes pear-shaped. Cyclonic Rift controls the board for us. That's quite nice still to have in this deck. And Dockside Extortionist. Yes, it's a red deck. Technically, there's red in the casting cost of Yidris. Therefore, I will play Dockside Extortionist to get my treasures, which help me cast more things. Bloom Tenderer is just a bit of a no-brainer in this deck. Once you get Yidris in play, this taps for 4 mana. Farseek, Nature's Law and 3 Visits are all here just to go and fetch out some of the lands, and because we have got things like the Triomes and the other dual lands, Proving Grounds here. Can't get Xander's Lounge, but we can get the other ones. So, anyone we can't get Xander's Lounge out of all of them with them. But, they're here to get that. Farseek, we're going to get Xander's Lounge, so it's fine. A little bit more ramp. The rest of the 2 drops, Heroic Intervention to protect everything once we have it in play, and Prosperous Innkeeper gives us a treasure token when we cast it and gives us a little bit of life gain that does help with this deck. From there, we have Chaos Warp just to get rid of that annoying permanent that's either done something annoying that we don't want. Flamekind Herald is an elemental wizard from Commander's Legends, if I remember correctly. Has a nice thing. You have this in play. Commander spells you cast have Cascade. So basically, every time you cast Yidris, you're going to cascade. The first time, if you've got this in play, you're going to hit anything under a 3-drop, which could be useful. And I think if I've done the maths right and I've checked the rulings properly, because you're then paying 6 for it, you get to do anything 5 or less. But I may be wrong. It may not work on MTGO, but I think that's how it works in real life. Moving from there, Jessicai's Wills here. No point not having this because we're playing red. Cultivate, Kodoma's Reach, you all know what they do. They go and get our 4 basic out of our deck into our hand and into play. Growing Rights of Imhotep, Limok, I'll get it right at some stage. Let's just go and find some of the creatures we need and eventually flips with a bit of luck. Faldorn, Dreadwolf Herald. Because you're casting the spells from exile, technically when you cascade, you get to get the wolf tokens. Quite a nice little thing here, gives you a whole load of creatures to block with. Shardless Agent just has Cascade. I just like having the odd Cascade thing in. And I do like Averna, the Chaos Bloom in this deck. As we Cascade, you may put a land card from among the exiled cards onto the battlefield tapped. That's pretty useful. Limits your, means your Cascades as you go forward would be more relevant to anything else. And gives you a bit of land to cast some of the bigger things as things happen. Oh, sorry, half yawning there. Whisper Silk Cloak is the other way of getting Yidris through unblocked, because this means once you equip it onto Yidris, Yidris can't be blocked. And it has Shroud, so that really does protect Yidris quite nicely. A bit like Swiftfire Boots and Lightning Greaves. Both give haste, but they don't make it unblockable. But Trample does kind of help, so swings and roundabouts. But the Whisper Silk Cloak means you just get through for 5 and you haven't got to worry about it. Damnation for ball control. Throws a Chaos just for a little bit of cascading fun. From there, Decadent Dragons turned into quite a nice card for me. I keep saying I like playing this card, and this is another red-black deck where I get to play it, so yeehaw. Oja, Axel, Deepest Might. Yeah, we've got a few things in here that do some additional non-combat damage, so we thought we might as well have that in here. At the end of the day, it can become another land if we needed to, but it's a 4/4 with Trample for 4 mana, so it's reasonably good. Prosper. Yeah, Prosper. Yeah. And Faldorn and Prosper and Faldorn and yeah, we know what we're doing. Anyway, Bloodbraid Elf, the original cascading bane of everyone's life. With Arashmi, Eternity's Crafter, get our first spell each turn, draw a card. Kind of cascading itself, but maybe not. Karlik, Fury of Everus, gives us a nice additional attack step if we need it each turn. Flag and Naziri are just fun and games. Give your opponents a little bit of a headache as they come into play. Natural Reclamation, just so I'd taken out as annoying enchantments and artifacts your opponents may have, with giving you a cascade trigger as well. Oja, Kaslim, Deepest Growth. Yeah, okay, we'll go with this. Hit our creatures, get them into play. Thank you very much. I'm happy. Bitchmist Blast, deal with a creature we don't like and do a cascade trick. And Immortality, Celebrant of Bounty, Cascade. Spells you cast with mana value 6 or greater have Cascade. They get it twice. It's good. Trust me. Right, 6 drops. Shakazima's Prodigy, just so we can copy something that's entered the battlefield this turn and cascade again. Hopefully hit something we can copy. Aura Phoenix just cascades. Whenever you cast a spell with cascade, you may return it from the graveyard to your hands. You get another cascade trigger if Aura Phoenix has died. Atali, Primal Storm, just gives an extra way of casting spells for free. Morag, Fury of Akum, means that once we get, just remember, drop your lands in your second main phase to get you additional attack step. Just bear that in mind, but we all know what it does. Along with Trumpeting Carnosaur, a little bit Discover tricks in here, the new Discover being the new fixed version of Cascade. I'm not really sure how much it is fixed, but oh well, we'll see. Kodama of the East Tree lets us put another permanent into play when another one into play at the same cost. Ethereum Horned Sorcerer, Cascade at 6 mana, 3 mana to return it. Repeatable blocker if we need one, which is pretty cool. And Chimley, the Inner Sun, 6 mana, spells you control can't be countered. Thank you very much. And at the beginning of your end step, do the whole Discover 5 thing. Yeah, okay then. Atali, Primal Conqueror, had to be here, probably going to be playing for that side. We're not going to be trying to flip it into the Sickness. Although, if we have got the mana around to flip it into the Sickness and do it, we will do. And try and kill people with the poison counters. Yeah, at least on the bright side, when you flip it into Primal Sickness, it does become indestructible, so it makes it harder for anyone to deal with. And hit the mother load, Discover 10. Sorry, it makes me gill every time I read it. I have done this once when I've been practicing this deck, where I've gone Discover 10, hit Wheel of Fate, got the 10 treasure tokens and cast everything I've actually drawn for Wheel of Fate, which is just stupid. So bear that in mind, there's a possibility. Call Forth the Tempest is a new one that came from... Oh, sorry. Where did it come from? Middle Earth. There you go. You thought it was Middle Earth. Call forth the Tempest. It's got Cascade, which is nice, and then it deals damage to each creature your opponents control equal to the total mana value of other spells you've cast this turn. Gives you another way of controlling the board, because hopefully you'll just hit a whole load of big creatures and then just wipe the board out, because it's only your opponent's creatures that get killed off, so bear it in mind. The original cascading creature had to be here, then we had to have Maelstrom Wanderer. And finally, Blasphemous Act to control the board with the ultimate card with Cascade on it, Apex Devastator. Come on, you did not expect me to have this in the deck after we were talking about things like Call Forth the Tempest, did you? Gotta have the quadruple cascading creature in the deck to make it all tick, I'm sure of it. And that's it. That is my little take on Yidris. Yes, it's a commander that's been around for a while. Yes, everyone has played against it at least one on MTGO. And you've all probably gone, oh yeah. But I still love Yidris. I love the version I have on here. I'm working towards rebuilding my version in real life to the version I have on here. Because I just think it's great and it's just going to upset people. So, but that's it for today. Hopefully you've gone down below and hit the subscribe button, or you've gone into the description and come and follow me on Twitch. You can come and see me play this deck. Where are we? This will come out my time in the UK on Wednesday, so I'll probably be playing it on Thursday night, so you can come and see me have a game with Yidris then. But for now, thanks for watching. Share the video, let your mates know, get them to come and subscribe. 320 as we record this video. Still aiming for 500 by the end of 2024, which would be really cool. So go and get your friends to help me out and get them subscribed as well. But that's it for now. I'll see you in the next video. Take care, see you soon, and bye.